Hi everyone, it's Kelly, part of your team from PhysioDNA, here to bring you a few simple stretches that you can start incorporating into your workday to help combat some of those common aches and pains, whether it's tension across your upper back and shoulders, tight hips. A lot of the things that we're feeling are simply just from staying in one position too long. So we can get started right now. It's going to take you no more than a couple of minutes, and at the end of the video, just hit replay, go back and do it all over again on the opposite side. So let's start at the top and work our way down. We can do this one right from our chair. So we're going to take the right hand and just anchor it underneath the chair, and then turn the chin away to the left side collarbone, and then drop the chin down. And we can add a little bit of a bonus with this if we just want to take that left hand at the crown of the head and just facilitate the stretch just a little bit. And the most important thing with this one is that you're feeling it where you're targeting. So we shouldn't feel any pinching on this side. We should just feel a nice stretch down the side of the neck and into the upper back. So some motion that feels great for the tension that can build across the back of the shoulders, the upper back, is simple shoulder rotation. So if we start with our arms straight, just think about bringing your shoulder blades away from each other. So increasing the space between the shoulder blades. So bring them away, up, and then pinching those shoulder blades together and then dropping them down. So it's a simple circle, shoulder blades away, pick them up and back and down. And then we'll just reverse it and go in the opposite direction, picking them up and away and down and back. This next one is my favorite for helping to release tension across the middle of the back, so the thoracic spine. So we're just going to stand behind our chair. So if your chair is on wheels, it might be a good idea to do this at your desk or at a bookcase or the countertop. So we're just going to rest the arms, either palms down, palms facing. When we go palms up, it'll intensify your stretch just a little bit. So we're just going to think about dropping the chest right through the space between your arms and letting your torso sink between the arms. So tailbone can go up here as well, making sure we're not building tension through the low back. A deep breath and then sink. One of the best stretches we can do for the front of the hip is a simple hip flexor using the back of the chair for some support. So just taking the feet a comfortable distance apart, we want to think about number one, keeping your glute tight. Number two, tilting the hips back as if you're dumping water at the back of a bucket going that way. Then we're just going to sink as much as we feel we need to, just so that we're feeling a good stretch through the front of that hip. So we can do this for repetitions. We can hang out there if we want to. We can also add a little bit of a bonus just by reaching the arm long and then up to the ceiling, and then leaning away from the side that you're stretching, and then coming out. And we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So coming back to the chair, but staying with the lower body, this one's going to target the glutes. So where we should feel it is right through the back of the leg that you're stretching. And so biggest piece here is to think about remaining tall. We want to watch that we don't sink or round the lower back. So try to get right up on the sit bones here, and we can rest our hand on the inside of the lower thigh bone if we like. And number one is just sitting tall and think about leaning the torso forward. So making sure that we're not getting our stretch from a rounding through the back. Maintain that tall body. We're hinging through the hips until we feel a good stretch through the back of the hip into the glute. We can go for reps if we like. We can stay and hang out in that position. We can add a little bit of a bonus if we like by applying a little bit of pressure on the bottom of the thigh bone, not directly onto the knee, just bottom of the thigh bone. So down with this hand and up on the lower part of the shin as we continue to lean forward, just adding a little bit of that rotation component. And then we'll give it a go on the opposite side. So finishing up with the wrists. So this can be something that maybe you want to start with, maybe you want to finish with, or incorporate just while you're taking mini stretch breaks through your workday. So extending the arm, we're going to start with a really straight elbow and palm up, and then just bringing the fingertips back towards you. You can almost think about you've got a flashlight on the palm of your hand, and you're just going to try to reach that light forward. And the spot where you're feeling the stretch is right up here through the forearm. And feel free to play around with that angle, just what targets the place that you feel you need to work. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. So I'm going to use my thumb, my freehand thumb, at the base of my stretching arm thumb into the palm of the hand, just to help get this stretch. So I'm thinking about opening up the distance between my hand and my forearm. And again, playing with the angles a little bit, which is true for this one and all of the other stretches that you've done as well. You want to feel it in the spot that you need it.